Good evening. Welcome to Military Strategies. We are live right now, June 4th, 2026. The war continues. Netanyahu visits northern Israel and Hezbollah launches drones against Netanyahu. Are you hearing this? At the same time, in the same place where Bibi was visiting citizens in the north to give them security and relief, Hezbollah decided to launch an attack. Oh, and also breaking news, a mega explosion in Mexico right now. Here on Military Strategies with all the news, your likes, your comments. Let's get started. Move. Family, very good evening. Welcome to Military Strategies. My goodness, what's happening right now in Mexico? I just can't believe what I'm seeing. Attention. Mega explosion in Mexico right now. TPH. I think that's how you say it. The images we're receiving are quite graphic. A pretty big explosion. Good evening. Welcome to the real world, to the news, to what's happening right now. There it is. Gas tank and panic. A lot of panic. With what's happening right now in Mexico, just days away from starting, no more and no less than the World Cup. A World Cup where security is going to be the main priority for the United States and for Mexico. Let's see how this whole story ends. But let's go now. Let's go quickly to the north of Israel, to the south of Lebanon. What's going on over there? Pay attention to this. Let's go. The drones keep coming. Today, another Israeli soldier has died. Another one. At night, with a thermal camera in the middle of the darkness, impossible to detect with the human eye. They're searching for the victim and heading out to hunt. They're Hezbollah's drones. Merkaba tank, the back part, the most vulnerable area. And there we see it. Something stands out. Pay attention to the image. Look, they've put some chains. In the back area, we already knew from older models, in the turret area, it has a series of chains with balls to cause the premature detonation of an anti-tank projectile. Now, it seems that this chain has also been placed along the entire door. Let's take a look over here. And that causes it to maybe not detonate with full capacity. There you can see the chain, right in the last frame. Let's see if we can get it. There we have it. There it is. You can see the chain. The chain is protecting the door, which is the most vulnerable part of the tank's armor. Did you know the Merkava tank is one of the few worldwide that can carry infantry inside? It's used to carry out extractions or insertions in the combat zone safely. We're live right now on Military Strategies. Well, the news hasn't been published much in Israel. It's being handled very quietly, obviously, because there's military censorship. Not much is being said, but it seems that At the same time, at the same hour, when Bibi was visiting the north of Israel, a Hezbollah spy passed on the coordinates. And they launched drones. What you're hearing is that drones have been launched against Bibi. We don't know if there was an evacuation or not, or what happened, or happened. But also, there are two facts that are going to catch your attention even more. It's Thursday. It's already Friday. I was saying that last weekend was the opportunity for a week of intense fighting over Iran before the World Cup. Well, family, pay attention to this. Mass exodus. 7 planes are leaving the area of operations. The United States has just pulled all its cargo planes out of the Middle East. What are you hearing? Well, look at the current situation now. Because there's more. Donald Trump, they were going to reach an agreement and that the uranium was going to be destroyed inside Iran. It was confirmed. I don't believe it. Right now, an AWACS from air operations orbiting between Qatar and Saudi Arabia and tanker planes in the Persian Gulf area. And the C-17 planes heading north, leaving, taking off. NATO is also launching its AWACS over France. And a tense calm, a calm that is broken by something you're about to see now. Pay attention to this. Security alert, but where? Middle East. Due to the high tensions in the region, the security environment remains complex. It may change rapidly. We remind United States citizens in the Middle East of the ongoing need for caution, and we encourage you to monitor the news to stay informed of the latest security updates. This is a code red security alert. When you get this type of security alert, it can be accompanied by serious developments. POTUS, Donald J. Trump, what the President of the United States of America has said, he's speaking right now. We see him here. On Military Strategies Family, we are live right now. We need a lot more likes against censorship. We need a lot more support for the channel right now. Please, super important, leave your likes, your comments. We also have to share the live stream on social media. It helps a lot. Because then the complaints come when they censor us. And it's maybe because there weren't enough likes. We have to stand together against this. If you don't know the channel, subscribe to the channel. Every day, breaking news. Donald J. Trump.
I wanted to ask you about this report that you would only restart the conflict with the government if they killed U.S. troops. Is that your red line for anything?
She says, or the journalist is asking, if killing U.S. troops is your red line for ending the...
If they killed,
Trump asks. The journalist answers him. U.S. troops. What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, Otus, don't play dumb. They're asking if Americans are killed and we're going back to war. Are you going to restart the war with Iraq if U.S. troops are killed? Well,
it would be a good reason.
It will be a very good reason.
I'd be honest with you.
He says, I'm going to be very honest.
Kill U.S. troops. I think I would do that very quickly.
He says, if they kill our troops, I think I'm going to do it pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's a very interesting question.
He says, that's a pretty interesting question. It's really pissed. The question has pissed him off. Duran says only a few missiles remain in Iran. Last night they fired 30. We're not sure if that's many or few, but 30 have been fired. Why do they have more? You're not planning to waste 30 missiles on Kuwait, are you? Come on, I wouldn't do it. About Lebanon, what did he say? I think progress has been made. I spoke with Netanyahu and Hezbollah about it. We don't know who Hezbollah has spoken with. With someone surely. We don't know. How did Hezbollah know? I ask myself this question, and I ask you this question. How did Hezbollah know where Bibi was this afternoon? How did they know at 4 p.m. Israel time? What knowledge does Hezbollah have? How much have they penetrated the IDF? I ask you this question. Him came out today saying that he does not accept a ceasefire, that as long as there are attacks and Israeli troops in Lebanon, there is nothing to negotiate. There is no. So, what needs to be done? Trump seeks talks with Iran. He doesn't want to return to war. Guerrilla warfare has cost him money. He expected it to be like Venezuela with them getting scared and offering oil. He was about to announce we now have oil from Venezuela and Iran. Everything would be easy. Everyone could go home and be happy. Well, that hasn't worked. It hasn't had the desired effect. He's walking. Hezbollah fired at IDF troops in southern Lebanon. One rocket was intercepted. The other landed in an open field near the troops. Marco Rubio met today with the ambassador of Kuwait in a rather tense meeting. Kuwait doesn't understand why the United States isn't striking back, since it's supposed to be Kuwait's main ally. These are things that can't be understood. They're not very well understood. The Houthis, as for Malika, as for the Houthi, we are ready to fight the enemies in any round or escalation within the current situation in Lebanon, Iran, or Gaza. He's ready. This is what's going to happen. There will be war or there won't be war. Missiles against Methla. Now, against Slomi. What's going to happen then? Because nobody knows. People don't know if there will be a ceasefire, if they can go to the park, shop, or see a doctor. Putin is speaking as well. Putin is talking about Iran, he's talking about Palestine, he's talking about the whole world. The situation is like this. Christo. It's escalating. What does Donald J. Trump say about Mokjaba? Let's watch it. But with that being Mokjaba.
But with that being, he's probably a professional. I don't know. He's probably a professional in some circles. He actually has a very good reputation. You know, sometimes some people say.
He says Mokjaba has a good reputation in some circles.
Yeah, but a lot of people say bad things about me.
He says some people say bad things about me.
Totally false, of course.
It's totally false, of course. It's just that Mokjaba has a good reputation. Take a look at this. What it says here about Mokjaba too.
I'd be respectful because Epic Fury killed his dad and his wife and his child.
He says, The operation, the journalist says, Operation Epic Fury killed Mokjaba's father, his wife, and the child.
Kid that he's got hard feelings and wouldn't want to meet. Well,
Would say I'm not his favorite person.
He says, well, I'm going to say that I'm not his favorite person,
But with that,
but I think he's professional.
that being said, he's probably a professional. I don't know. He's probably a professional in some circumstances.
He's professional. Do you guys think Mokaba is going to negotiate with the guy who killed his father? Who killed his wife and his children? Would you negotiate with someone who killed your family? What does he say about meeting Mokjaba? This is getting more interesting. Listen to what he says.
No, what we had to.
He says, no, we're not going to meet.
with the new idol of the new supreme leader.
I don't want to meet, but
He says he doesn't want to meet him.
if I met him, I'd be honored.
But if I did, I would feel honored to meet with him.
I'd like to see if we can make a deal.
I'd like to see if we can make a deal.
It's possible if we make a deal.
If we make a deal,
It's possible that I would meet him. I'd be okay with that.
I'm going to meet with him.
That happening here in the U.S.
He asks if you're inviting him to the United States.
I haven't really heard too much about it. I didn't suggest it, but
He says, I didn't suggest this. I've only read about it.
some people have suggested it if it happened.
Have some people suggested it? He says, if it happens, then it will happen. Let Mokchaba go to the White House.
Be respectful.
He says, I will be respectful. Jabba Khamenei in the White House. I think he's laughing at everyone. Look, this isn't real. This is the Matrix. You're really funny today. Thank you very much. What does it say about Barack Hussein Obama and Joe Sleepy Biden? What does it say about that?
A military operation, you cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon, and everybody agrees to that no matter how much.
It says you can't allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon, and everyone has agreed with this.
Everybody. But wait a minute.
Yes. But wait a minute.
Our gasoline prices are lower
He says our gas prices are lower
than they were with Biden
than when Biden was in office.
without that. And he would have let them have it. In fact, he has
And he wanted to let him, even with Obama, have nuclear weapons.
inspired them to have, frankly, a nuclear weapon, him and Obama.
He and Obama inspired Iran to have nuclear weapons.
Obama picked the wrong country. You know that.
Obama chose the wrong country,
And the Obama deal, I terminated that for the
and I terminated the Obama deal,
bad nuclear weapons.
or they would have had nukes. What happened to Trump after going to China, you know? Happened. Look at Hezbollah. This is good. I love these kinds of stories. When you go to visit your grandfather, and he says to you, grandson, sit here with me because I'm going to tell you a story. You sit with him on the couch, leaning on his shoulder. Then the grandfather begins telling a story, right? Pay attention to this one.
A military operation. You cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon.
1 second. Let's download it. This one is really good. Pay attention to the last one. Trump with Hezbollah.
Final stages. What does reject mean?
That is reject me.
He says they haven't rejected.
Nothing. I will tell you. They called us
Hezbollah called us.
and they said, how about stopping?
He says, how about if we stop? And Hezbollah called Trump and said, how about if we stop?
And I think you're going to see things happen over there.
He says, I think you're going to see this over there.
That's been like a little bit of a different world, but it's interconnected with Iran. And it would be really nice if Lebanon could have some peace. Lebanon's been under attack for so many years.
Hello, we are Hezbollah. We want to talk to President Trump. Imagine the scene. You search Google for the White House phone number. Let's see. White House. White House phone number. Well, you have a phone number for comments. For the visitor's office. There's also a phone number for complaints. So for Hezbollah, you dial the number. Hello, I'm Hezbollah. I want to talk to Donald J. Trump. So he answers the phone. Donald J. Trump? Yes. See, Donald J. Trump speaking. Hello, this is Hezbollah. How about we stop? Let me see. Tell me. Look, 48 hours ago, I was very nervous about this. Now I take it easy. I'm already learning the Israeli philosophy of taking things easy and learning to live with it. Of course, because if you don't stay calm about this in the end, things don't work out. They don't work out. What does he say about the little boat? Lost from Iran? The sunken fleet again. It's another day talking about the sunken fleet. Let's go. Let's get to the sunken fleet. Chapter 47 of the sunken fleet.
They have no air force.
They don't have an air force.
Chapter know that exactly? We do that. 159 ships.
They have 159 ships.
Andy, out of 159 ships, all 159 lie.
He says all 159, they have
Beautifully at the bottom of the ocean.
They're at the bottom of the ocean. They're no longer in the Arabian Sea or the Persian Gulf. They're already in the ocean. It's just that the ships, when they've sunk, have drifted all the way to the ocean. They're heading to the Mariana Trench.
We actually took pictures of them down there.
And we've taken pictures of it.
And then you read
How beautiful. We have photos. There are photos.
Italy. They have no.
I have photos. It's really good. It's really good. They're at the bottom of the ocean. But the boats, those don't count. The boats don't. Anything that's less than 10 meters long. Adora. It's not a ship. Do you remember when we used to go to the pool many years ago in the summer? Well, it's summer now. By the way, it's terribly hot here in Spain. It's terrible. The ventilation system in the bunker has broken down. We're here with the cameras and everything. Going through this, it feels like a sauna. We could come up with strategies in a sauna, sweating like chickens. All right. Do you remember when it was summer? Every summer, everyone would buy the typical crocodile-shaped float. You'd go to the pool and just see crocodiles in the water. What's happening in Iran is the same. In the Persian Gulf, you mainly see small Revolutionary Guard boats. So you don't see anything. But those don't count. It's like when you go fishing and they say, well, there's a size limit for this fish. More than or less than 15 centimeters doesn't count. From 21 and up it counts. Don't be mean with the comparison. Don't be mean with the comparison. I can see where you're going. This is the same thing. Look, the small boats don't care. They don't care. Size matters. It's important for the Iranian Navy too. For the Iranian Navy too. I said this today, and I'm really fired up. Today I'm really upset. What's wrong with Barack Hussein Obama? What's wrong with Hussein Obama? Is something wrong with you? Let's see, what's your problem with Barack, President?
It's been delayed over 10 years, and Biden ended it. And then Barack Hussein Obama.
He says, have you heard of Barack Hussein Obama?
Obama, another one. He's another beauty.
He says he's another beauty. He's another lovely one. He's another gem. This is tremendous. He has an obsession with Biden and with Obama. When he starts to ramble, just imagine, it'll be like, what was that king's name? Wait, 1 second. Felipe V, King of Spain, the first Bourbon. He had mental disorders. He had severe depression, psychosis, and saw ghosts. So he was in El Escorial and in those places. He was around there and he saw ghosts. Well, even Trump sees Obama. He sees Obama over there. You go over there, when he's here, he turns the corner or goes to the bathroom and sees Obama. His concern is Obama. Obama. We keep laughing. Marco Rubio has stirred things up. Marco Rubio did it. He pulled a Cuban move. You have to watch the whole scene. We're going to laugh today. Today is a day for laughs. Tomorrow is Shabbat, so tomorrow we'll rest. We've already decided to take the day of rest as Shabbat. We're going to do Shabbat. Marco Rubio, talking about Venezuela, about Cuba. He has made everyone nervous. I like Marco Rubio. I think Marco Rubio should already replace the network and focus on what is important. Marco.
Americans, and why is she leaving?
I'm going to answer her questions.
She says you're in the room talking, that you're the one leading the conversation. A leftist asked Marco. She asked him some things, and after asking him, the lefty leaves the room.
I will hear her.
She's got it. Okay, I got it. Thanks for coming.
He says, thank you for coming.
All right, so we're going to talk about, I just want to...
Unfortunately, time has expired. Representative Salazar is recognized.
Issuing contracts without training transactions.
Pay attention to this. Let's stand over here.
Transparency is exactly the reason why you shut down USAID. So practice what you preach.
She gets
Practice what you preach.
scream now too, Chairman.
And then they say, now he's yelling at me. Mr. Lagerdorf.
Take down her words. I'll give you some time. I'll give you some of my time.
Salazar says, okay, I'm going to give you some of my time to answer.
Let me just talk. Go.
What kind of thing is this?
Marco Rubio says, but what kind of thing is this? What is this?
What is this? You don't get it.
What is this?
Get asked questions for 5 minutes and you don't get time to answer.
He says, do they ask you questions for 5 minutes and you don't have time to answer?
It's not a hearing.
He says, this is not a hearing.
I think you said...
What is this?
He says, what is this?
I have to tell you, I
Even use their time. How can I answer?
And Salazar says, I give you my time. Look at how Salazar looks at him. It's but... We've got romantic music here. I don't know. I don't think so. Wait, yes, we do. Yes, we have it. This look is Salazar. Looking at Marco Rubio. I love both of them. Salazar, Marco. Marco, Salazar. Okay, fine. That's it. All right, let's continue. He says he asks me questions, but doesn't give me time to answer.
I had to use their time to answer your question.
He says, I have to use your time to answer the questions. All right.
So I don't need to tell you that.
He says, I don't need to tell you this. Attention, Salazar. keep an eye on Salazar.
My community, though, with the city that I represent,
He says, in my community, the city that I represent, in the city of Miami, you are one of the most distinguished. He says, you're among the most distinguished representatives.
very proud of you, not only the Cuban.
We are very proud of you, also of Cuban Americans, also of Hispanic Americans. Look at Marco's face. Ooh. But Marco says, but wait, hold on a second. Let's see. Hold on a second.
Why is she leaving?
But why is she leaving?
I'm going to answer her questions.
Oh. I mean, she's buttering him up. She's buttering Marco up. And Marco says, let me be. Let me sleep. Why is she leaving?
I will hear her.
The crazy woman with the curls is shouting over there.
She's got it. Okay, I got it.
She says, okay, she's leaving.
Well, thank you for coming.
And thank you for coming.
All right. So we're going to talk about, I just want to.
What the hell?
If looks could talk. If looks could talk. It's just that you have to love Marco. You have to love him. You have to love Marco. I love him. It's normal. It's normal. Marco and Salazar are looking at each other. Marco. How old are you, Salazar, by the way? Well, speaking of Salazar, here's something. Maria Elvira Salazar, 64 years old. Marco Rubio, age, 55 years old. All right. Stranger things have happened. It's a joke, Maria Elvira. And it's a joke, Marco. We're just joking. We love you both very much. It's good when there's love between colleagues. Today, Cayetana Alvarez de Toledo was also there. We're going to see it in a clip. Now, we have it ready over there. By the way, Vivi is fine. Vivi is fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. Let's continue with Marco. He's been outstanding today.
Last question for you.
I have a question for you.
Mr. Secretary who won the 2020 presidential election.
Who won the 2020 election?
I'm not here to answer questions. We're talking about 2020. This is a Foreign Affairs Committee.
You're asking me something about 2020.
One last question for you. Mr. Secretary who won the 2020 presidential election.
I'm not answering a question. We're talking about 2020.
This is a Foreign Affairs Committee.
Great. You can't answer the question.
He says, this is not a political issue.
Although we know that, President, that's a question for the Secretary of State. I don't handle domestic commitments. This isn't about domestic issues.
He says, I am not going to answer that question because the Secretary of State does not participate in domestic policy matters.
Political issues. This is about dice.
And she says, this is not a domestic policy issue, right? So, are you suggesting that maybe a third country financed Joe Biden's campaign?
Our democracy asking me to...
He says, our democracy.
It seems like because as Secretary of State, we're not supposed to. That's been the long tradition of the department. And you should know that...
He says the Secretary of State doesn't do these things. He says you should know that.
If you've served on this committee for any time, Mr.
Secretary, it seems like you have an issue admitting facts. You can't say that the president lost the 2020 election just like you won't admit.
He says this. He already has it written down. Of course, Miss Jacobs comes in there with her little paper written out and says, well, I'm going to say this to Marco. Get my minute of fame and leave. Look at what she's telling poor Marco Rubio.
You can't say that the president lost the 2020 election.
He says you can't say that the president lost the 2020 election.
Just like you won't admit, President Trump is losing this reckless war of choice.
Because you're going to admit that Trump lost.
Just like you couldn't admit the sneakers the president bought you were too big for you.
He says you also can't admit that the shoes President Trump bought you are too big. You have to see this.
Clearly don't know what winning means.
I mean, a country that's huge with so many stories. And then a representative of the people sits there to tell Marco Rubio that the shoes Trump gave him are too big. All right, fine, I'll buy that.
It's not that the facts are unclear to you, but telling the truth would cost you your job.
He says telling the truth would get you fired. That's his point.
Americans deserve a Secretary of State who tells the truth, even when the president doesn't want to hear it.
He says the people have the right for the Secretary of State to tell the truth, even when the president doesn't want to hear it.
And my constituents, our service members, deserve better. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
I'll stop here. Very well, Jacobs.
I don't know what shoes she means. Who is she
She says she doesn't know which shoes you mean.
talking about?
She says, what shoes?
Representative Burchett.
She's laughing, but that's how it is.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If you'd like to answer any of that.
He made them.
He says, I don't know anything about shoes. Let's see, Marco, let's see where you are.
Hand me some Floorsham shoes. They're good and fit well. I'm not sure where I don't say.
He's telling the truth. The shoes he gave me fit me great.
I don't know what she's talking about. Maybe that's it.
I don't know what she's talking about.
What she's referring to.
Your shoes look very nice today, Mr. Secretary.
How can you see them? They're way down here.
Oops. She says, you look very nice today. Your shoes look very nice today, Mr. Secretary. And he says, how do you know that? If I'm sitting...
Your shoes look very nice today, Mr. Secretary. How can you see them? They're way down here.
Ooh. Marco is also hot. Marco Rubio is hot.
We're discussing shoes. Are you serious?
He says you're laughing at me. You're talking about my shoes.
Is this the Foreign Affairs Committee or what?
He says, is this a comedy?
It's like a circus. What is this?
He says, this seems like a circus to us. He says, what is this about?
I think it's a circus. He says,
I think this is harassment.
and I appreciate you.
One last question. Let's see if
Jacobs has a shoe fetish. And what she really wants is Marco Rubio's shoe. Oh my goodness. But please, what is this, Mr.
for you. Secretary who won the 2020.
Talking about shoes. Are you discussing the game?
Look at this part again. It's just that
some shoes are pretty good and fit well. I'm not sure what she's talking about. Maybe that's what she means.
Your shoes look very nice today, Mr. Secretary.
But let's see. First, Salazar gives her the eye. The curly-haired one runs off. And now the Democrat attacks him. But in the end, she says it in a very sweet way. Your shoes look really good on you. Today, Marco, you look great. But what the heck is this? For crying out loud.
How can you see them? They're way down here.
He says, how can he know? He's down here. Look. And also look how Marco is...
How can you see them? They're down here.
Don't hit.
We're talking about shoes. Are you kidding me?
He's telling him, look at the ones in the back. The ones in the back are cracking up.
Is this the Foreign Affairs Committee? Or
is this a comedy like stories about cheaters or things like that? Or what is this?
What is this?
What is this?
I think it's a circus
And you say, I think this is a circus. I mean...
I appreciate you.
One last question.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, Jacobs has very beautiful eyes. He has big eyes. I'll go with Salazar. Let's continue. Well, here comes Keating. Pay attention to Keating. Let's see, Keith, what Keating is up to. Oh my, what a mess he's making on this list. Let's see, how many people are we? Marco is a charmer. I was going to say a snake charmer. But oh well. Let's leave it at that. He's a charmer. There are 10,000 of us here, but we're missing a lot of likes. Pay attention to what you're about to see now. This isn't something you see very often. Attention. Goodbye.
The top 15. Not once did you mention Ukraine.
He says, in the 5 minutes, I haven't mentioned Ukraine even once.
When you were prioritizing the achievement that's there. Let me go.
When you've made your achievements a priority.
Try to stay underneath.
Let me go on.
You try to stay. Yeah, please. It's not funny. It's not funny, Secretary. Now, what's not funny?
He says it's not funny, Mr. Secretary. Come.
Iran now. Well, you don't need to get Iran now.
He says, but you can't even answer a question here.
I'm not at. I reclaim my time, Mr. Chairman. He says.
I'm going to reclaim my time, Mr. Chairman.
Say these things and no one will stop you.
Look, we're missing 4,000 likes. This is priceless. What's wrong with this man? He's going to have a fit. The one behind him, the girl with glasses, is back there with a face like, get me out of here.
I'm doing it. I'm asking you to reclaim those seconds back.
He says, I'm doing it. I'm telling you to give me my seconds back. No. They've told him no.
Now, in a...
Salazar chewing gum. Salazar, huh? I just can't take my eyes off Salazar.
Ron, what goes around comes around, Mr. Chairman.
But what's going on here? This is a fight.
Now, in Iran, the Trump administration...
I don't know why Donald Trump is going to set up a UFC fight by bringing in Topuria and all these people when he already has tremendous candidates here. I think this guy Keating is getting jealous of Marco Rubio. I think he's a bit jealous.
The top 15. Not once did you mention you.
But anyway, calm down. The man here is about to have a fit. Calm down. Calm down. Ugh. American politics is stressful. One of these days we're going to do shows about these topics that get really, really heated, honestly, with all the adjectives. There are Salazar and Cayetana, two women, from head to toe.
I want to thank Maria Elvira Salazar, an extraordinary congresswoman, a brave woman.
Thank you, thank you.
We are Democrats from both hemispheres, an old expression from the Constitution of Cadiz, allied for freedom. We have so many matters to discuss together, as I said, as allies. I have come to tell you about the situation in Spain. I explained that Pedro Sanchez is not Trump's nemesis, as he presents himself, but the nemesis of liberal democracy, attacking judges, harassing the media, even using the power of the government to attack the pillars of the state, but also...
I went there to sing like a canary about what's happening in Spain. Salazar is going to tell Marco. He's going to tell Trump. Is there going to be trouble?
I told him that Spain is not Sanchez.
Very good. Good, Cayetana. Good.
That there is a bright democratic Spain, eager to go to the polls, to start a new phase of defending democracy with our allies in the Western Hemisphere, with the United States, with Latin America, witnessing Spain rise again as the apex of that Atlantic triangle for freedom.
No, and I thank Cayetana very much that she is here in the heart of the capital, where my office is, where I represent hundreds of thousands of Hispanics, including those of Spanish descent.
We are the Salazar family. We love you like Marco. We love you.
Our motherland is still present in our hearts.
There it is. Good.
And I, Maria Elvira Salazar, representative of Colombians, Cubans, Venezuelans, Central Americans, Argentinians, we all carry Spain in our hearts, and we want there to be a prosperous democratic Spain.
Well, Cayetana, that's of Argentine origin. We're a mix here, too.
That is close to the rest.
Let's see what shoes I'm wearing. I want to see the shoes.
Of the European family close to NATO, and actually in this one, already at this moment, not thinking about democracy, freedom, market economy, transparency, lack of corruption is out of fashion. So I love that you're here. And I love being able to help my Spanish brothers in any way I can, because we all share the same culture, we have the language, and we have the same ideals. Freedom.
Tremendous. What's happening in Spain, it's this total madness. What's happening in Europe is total madness. I'm going to refrain today from starting several live streams because I like to start one and make it good. I prefer one. That's good. We could do 4 or 5. There's no problem. We could do it. But one, well done. That's good. What's happening in Europe? Europe. We were talking a few nights ago about France in flames. We had a France burning. Oh, the United States Department of Homeland Security also released this today. Heads up. Demonstration alert in Belgium. Grazie. Family, I want you to prepare yourselves for what you're about to see now. Because this is the capital of Europe. Belgium is the capital of Europe, European capital. That's where the European Parliament is. That's where the headquarters of the European community are. Community. I repeat, Belgium, Europe, or at least we thought Belgium was Europe, or that Europe was Belgium, or something like that. Well, it's neither Europe nor Belgium. Anything but that. The videos are starting. Family. Likes and comments. Lo que estamos viendo, what we're seeing is incredible. All-out brawl. On the streets of Belgium. All of this because of alleged cuts in the education system. And everyone has taken to the streets except for the students. Obviously, it's those who don't study who have gone out. Because a person with an education, with common sense, with values, doesn't go out to set their city streets on fire. This is unbelievable. Burning bicycles, burning dumpsters, bus stops, cars. Hi. But what can we say? Setting off fireworks? And by the way, what a coincidence. Just like in France, you don't see a single Belgian flag. But nevertheless, there appears a young lady covering her face as if this were the Wild West, like an outlaw, with a red cloth and a star. It looks like, or is similar to the flag of Morocco. But is this Morocco or Belgium or Belgium's more? These guys post? What's going on here? What's happening here? Here, there's something that doesn't quite add up for me. The Pope Papa Leo is already on his way to Spain Spanish, and that's the operation. Leo is going to the Canary Islands to see the illegal immigrants, and they're going to set up a giant cayuco in the Canary Islands so he can give a sermon. Moment in a cayuco. Who's going to be with him? Pedro Sanchez. Pedro Sanchez. He's attached himself to the whole visit. Excuse me. For the whole visit, the Pope. He's going to appear with the Pope everywhere. Incredible. We have deployed police. We have sent police vehicles to the Canary Islands. We have reinforced security in the Canary Islands for the Pope. But when they invade the Canary Islands, no one reinforces the security of the Canary Islands, of Ceuta, of Melilla. The police don't go. There's no deployment, no security deployment, no. The Pope has to come for there to be a security deployment. This is tough. It's hard to understand, complicated. There's no justification at all. Obviously, we're seeing, and so on. Pedro Sanchez's brother, this guy who's friends with Hamas, Hezbollah, Iran, Venezuela, Cuba, he doesn't have a single decent friend. This way we finish faster. This is the brother. It's Pedro Sanchez's brother. He claims to live in Portugal in a house without electricity, water, or gas. The house is abandoned, but he says he lives there, so he doesn't have to pay taxes in Spain. But he lives there, in Elba. Then they found him in an apartment in Madrid with the windows covered and living there, but nothing happens. That's it.
Even though you were the coordinator of the Performing Arts Office,
Don't you mention the office where that work would have been carried out after the name change?
Trabajar. The brother is handed a patronage job so he can earn money from Spanish taxpayers without working. They catch him and he had been given the performing arts office. They ask the brother what performing arts are and he doesn't know what they are. He doesn't know what performing arts are. I don't know who organized the whole performing arts scheme, but they deserve an Oscar because there's no funnier name than performing arts. And the thing is, the trial of Pedro Sanchez's brother is a performing art. Pay attention to what he's saying. Difficult.
Can you explain to the court why?
Well, precisely because it wasn't understood as an office with a service window or a physical building.
The Office of Performing Arts didn't have an office, didn't have a service window, didn't have a physical space. It's an office that's everywhere. Because the performing arts are everywhere. My friends, one day they can be in Madrid, another day in Barcelona, then in Valencia, then in Murcia. It's a kind of office in the ether, in the cloud. It's a cloud. It's an office. In the other dimension.
Mr. David, can you repeat that? I didn't hear it.
Okay, the judge is asking you to repeat it. Can you repeat the crap you just spewed out of your mouth?
Yes. It wasn't understood as an office in itself. A physical office with a service window. I understand that's what you wanted to ask.
That the office wasn't a building, but rather an administrative category.
I understand that it is.
I understand that it is. I mean, he is the director of the Performing Arts Office. The highest authority in the office doesn't exist. He thinks it does. He thinks it does. No, those images aren't from France or the soccer match. They're from Brussels. It's next to France. They must have gone by bus after burning Paris. They must have gone by bus to Brussels to set Brussels on fire. It's just that you have to see things to believe them. You have to see it to... To me, this seems... It's crazy. It's not that he has a screw loose. He's missing everything. Well, let's get back to our topics. We'll stop here with this. We've already spread a bit of love to everyone. Pay attention to this video. Let's go, Aidan. In the war of February 28th, the United States and Israel attacked the underground missile facilities. How were those attacks? What was achieved in them? Were they destroyed? The first visual evidence you can show us. What happened? Let's get to it. See you later, brother.
Here we see it. Go.
These are the two entrances to tunnels where there were missile launchers. Look at what we're seeing. Anti-bunker penetrating ammunition was used. 2 rounds to block the entrance on 2 occasions or at the same time. What you're seeing now is how heavy machinery is being used to remove the debris and allow the shuttles to exit. Laxar. This tells us the number of munitions used, the type of ammunition, and that the explosive capacity was not enough to completely break the entrance and make it collapse. It's a structure that's reinforced. It's reinforced concrete with metal reinforcement. to make it even harder and shaped like a vault, so that the explosion, the force of the blast, doesn't concentrate in just one spot and destroy the entrance. This document gets a lot of attention. Iran, as of February 28th, was building new missile facilities. The city. What you are hearing. Those new missile facilities were not attacked. There were things that were not attacked. Pay attention to the photograph. These are the new facilities of Iran's missiles. Double reinforcement. First, the vault is built. The tunnel is expanded, and concrete is poured over the same vault to give it greater strength and capacity. Iran learns, and with each passing day, it learns more. Every day that goes by, Iran knows more. We just talked about Pope Leo meeting with immigrants in the Canary Islands. I predict that on the day the Pope arrives in the Canary Islands, there will be a wave of boats like this one coming to the Canary Islands. This is the one they're going to set up for the Pope so he can celebrate Mass on top of it. In Spain, they've gone crazy. If the pull effect from the regularization of immigrants was big, the pull effect from the Pope on illegal immigration is going to be the final blow for the Canary Islands. That happens in Spain. In the United States, this other thing happens. Look at the difference. Pay attention to the video, because you're going to be amazed. United States Coast Guard. Boat with more than 250 Haitian immigrants. A boat about to capsize, filled to the brim, at risk of sinking. The United States Coast Guard intervenes with its regional partners. They rescue those on the small boat, and they send them back to Haiti. None of them entered the United States of America. However, in Spain, we like to go look for them at sea. What you're hearing is that when they're far from the Spanish coast, we go out to look for them. When they're closer to Morocco than to Spain, we go to look for them to bring them to Spain. It's crazy, truly crazy. Tiempos. It's going to cost us 100%. We're live, family, on Estrategias Militares. And Trump just said, listen to what Trump just said. This is it. Unbelievable. I'm stunned. For God's sake. But anyway, what's going on at the White House? Trump, I'm not considering a covert operation to seize Iran's uranium. There's no reason to obtain it. Iran's nuclear material is buried. Oh my God. Netanyahu, how are things? Things are good. Things were alive today. Really crazy today. He asks if the sanctions on Cuba are meant to accelerate the collapse. No, we just want a well-managed country that can feed its people. Then don't put sanctions on them. Remove the current leadership. What's happening? Now, we don't want the nuclear material. It's buried there in a mountain. And don't worry, they're not going to dig it up. This is like a card game. You don't know how it's going to end. Now, it seems that he doesn't want the nuclear material. I go crazy. Canel has just been sanctioned along with his family. Now, and attention, friends from Cuba. There is breaking news. And breaking news. Donald Trump has given a date for the Cuba issue. Donald Trump has said when the liberation of Cuba will happen. But you're not going to like it. Let's listen to him. We're live now on Military Strategies. Thanks for joining us. There are already an incredible number of us. And that's all, super loyal. 528,161 followers. We're moving up. We're heading for 530. Let's see if we make it. I think we will. Donald J. Trump on Cuba. How? When?
Collapsed. And we're going to handle that as soon as we've finished. I like to do one thing.
We're going to turn to Cuba as soon as we're done with Iran. And he says, I'd like to do one thing at a time.
We'll take care of the Islamic Republic of Iran.
We're going to take care of the Islamic Republic of Iran.
Republic, and as soon as that's done on our way back.
He says, and as soon as we finish with this on the way back,
we'll just do a short live briefing.
We're going to make a little stop in Cuba. Cuba.
Mr. President, we'll take care of it.
Let's take care of it.
We want to help him out. Look,
we're going to help him.
We have a lot of people that voted for Trump.
He says, we have a lot of people who voted for Trump. Cubans, you already know when it's happening. Supposedly, the problem is that the Iran thing is going to... From what we've seen, the Iran thing is going to take quite a while. This isn't a secret. But well, let's see. If we've held on for a few years, what else can we do? See, breaking news. Breaking news right now. Look, look, look. Oh, look at the skies. They're bringing out the mariachi. Frenetic activity at Ben Gurion. There are 67 tankers over there, going to go, a few in the air right now, so they don't gather dust. The water is getting closer to the coastal area. Tanker planes around here. They're going to attack tonight. Something will happen. A lot of people with their fingers crossed and praying for the miracle that help will finally reach the people of Iran. Let's see what happens. The C-17 is arriving at Rapstein. We're seeing strange movements. Something that tells us what might happen. For now, this. Tanker planes taking off from Israel. Israel, others arriving. But we'll see what happens. Let's go with your super chat. What comments do you have? It's been a pretty fun show. We've had a bit of everything. Vivi is fine. That's super important. I wish everyone was okay. I wish there were no victims or wars, so we could just talk about fun gossip. About things that happen in politics. Someone loses their temper. Someone else shouts in a controlled environment. Goodbye. And thanks so much, Nelly. Thank you, Eric, my friend. I think many would love to see you host live one day, dressed like in the introduction. Greetings from Israel. Introduction? How? Dressed? Hey, Eric, it's summer and really hot. We're not wearing a suit and tie on camera. For God's sake. Maya, the truth always prevails in strategies. Thank you for your excellent work. Greetings and best wishes from Israel. Thank you. Let's see if I can sneak away for a quick visit. For Israel, who is already missed. Now that it's summer, good beaches, good atmosphere. You can't ask for more. By the way, it's curious. People on social media discuss Tel Aviv being destroyed. Recently, I watched a video of Tel Aviv and it doesn't look destroyed. These Jews are geniuses at rebuilding cities. It's incredible. Thank you. That's right. But question for the channel. Will there be a war? I always give the same answer. The question isn't whether there will be a war. It's when. When Donald J. Trump is going to open Pandora's box. We don't know. The Thunder is ready. The missiles are ready too. And the planes are ready too. We're ready. We're ready. Greetings. Welcome, Deborah. Thanks, Estrategia, for your effort and strength. Tomorrow I'm going to rest, just letting you know. I'm going to do something, but it will be early. He tries to give an image of stability in the Middle East, but behind that, there's a bigger strategy. What do you think about strategies? Yes, I think there's a plan. It seems too wild to believe Trump actually wants to end up like Chavez and bring him to the White House to spray him with perfume like Cholani. Well, he did it with Cholani. Be careful. Something that seems unthinkable to us. A guy who played with heads.
He ended up in the White House spraying perfume on himself because of Donald Trump. We've seen stranger things. But he wants to take Mokjbat with him. I don't know which door they're going to bring him in through. It must be through the one for recent products, recycled cardboard and paper. We don't know. But they want to take it. Let them. I'm going to catch him. China hasn't reacted well. You can see the change. That's not right, since lives were lost. It should be over. By now, vegetable. There are things that we just don't understand. But we have to give it time. Or you're especially out of touch with reality today. It tells us here, disconnected from reality. No, I don't believe that. Hopefully this is just another Trump joke. I believe it is. Calm down. Calm down. Rubio and Salazar are two great Cuban Americans. Long live free Cuba. American. Long live free Cuba. And Beth Camila. Thank you very much. What faith? Says Golda. Son Jacob's grandfather bought him the seat. Look, we didn't know. Interesting. Sarah. Thank you very much. We also have PayPal family PayPal. My military strategies bar is there, and if you want to collaborate, and also my heritage. I found out today that shipping is free. Take advantage, please. Heritage, please. Code EM. M29 is. 1 second, I'll confirm it. What's the code? I'll give you a discount. You have to put M29. The link is over there. You have the link over there. Link code, EM29. And shipping is free, I think. It's free. So take advantage of it before the offer ends to know where you come from. Just imagine. Maybe alien blood will come out. Who knows? They say they walk among us. Family, thank you very much for being live with us. Thank you for the support you give to this channel and all the energy you give me. So I can sit here with no air conditioning or anything, sweating like a pig in a sauna. See you next time on Military Strategy. Greetings.